The Watcher House, Westfield, New Jersey. Chapter 1. The Dream Home. It was a warm June afternoon when the Whitmore family pulled up in front of 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. The two-story Dutch colonial stood proud and regal behind a white picket fence, its slate roof shimmering in the sunlight, ivy creeping gently up its red brick facade. It was the kind of home people dreamt of owning one day, a slice of American suburban perfection. Michael and Sarah Whitmore, along with their two children, 8-year-old Emily and 10-year-old Jacob, had moved from a cramped condo in Brooklyn. They had scrimped and saved for years, and finally, after Michael received a promotion at his advertising firm, they were ready for their forever home. The house had character, original wood floors, a fireplace in almost every room, and even a servant's staircase. But beyond its charm was something deeper that neither of them could quite put their finger on, a sense of watchfulness, a feeling that the house, or something in it, was observing them. Still, they chalked it up to excitement and nerves. Buying a home like this was a big deal. "I can't believe this is ours," Sarah said, gripping Michael's hand. He smiled, though his stomach felt oddly tight. Home sweet home. Chapter 2. The Letter. 3 days after moving in, Michael checked the mail and found an envelope with no return address. The handwriting on the front was bold, almost artistic. To the new owners of 657 Boulevard Curious. He tore it open. The letter inside was handwritten. "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. How did you end up here? Did 657 Boulevard call to you with its force within? 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father in the 1960s. It is now my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls? I see you have children. I've seen them already. So young. So precious. My former subjects used to play in the basement, but I would advise against letting yours go down there. Too far from the rest of the house. If they were to be down there, you might never hear them scream. Who am I? I am the Watcher. I am the keeper of 657 Boulevard. I await its return. Welcome to your new home." Michael froze. His first instinct was to laugh. It had to be some kind of prank. But there was something too specific, too deliberate about the words, the way the letter referenced his children, the basement, the sense that they were being watched. He showed Sarah, who immediately turned pale. "Michael, this isn't funny. Who would write something like this?" "I don't know. Maybe a neighbor messing with us?" "Then why no return address? Why no name? This doesn't feel like a prank. This feels like a warning." They called the police. Chapter 3. The Investigation begins. Detective Alan Ramirez from the Westfield Police Department was assigned to the case. He took the letter seriously, photographing it, dusting it for prints, and questioning neighbors. "It could be a hoax," he said, "but we can't be too careful. Keep an eye out for anything strange. People loitering, unfamiliar cars, anything." The Whitmores installed security cameras around the house and floodlights in the backyard. But as night fell, the home no longer felt like a sanctuary. The creaks in the floorboards, once endearing, became sinister. Shadows shifted oddly in the hallways, and every time a window rattled or the house groaned, Sarah jolted awake. A few nights later, a second letter arrived. "The workers have been busy and I've been watching. I see the changes you've made. It hurts me. You are changing the house. Stop the renovations. The house doesn't want them. Have you found what's in the walls yet? Tick-tock, tick-tock, time is running out." That final line chilled Michael to the bone. Chapter 4. Secrets in the Walls. Michael became obsessed with the idea of hidden things in the walls. He began inspecting the basement, crawling into dusty corners, tapping on drywall for hollowness. Sarah begged him to stop. She didn't want their children to see their father unraveling. But on the fourth night of searching, Michael found something. Behind the basement furnace, concealed by an old wooden panel, was a narrow crawl space. Inside it, a faded shoebox filled with photographs, yellowed and curling with age. They showed various families posing in front of 657 Boulevard, some smiling, some solemn. Each photo had names and dates scrawled on the back. At the bottom of the box was a crumpled piece of parchment paper. The house must have a family. It must be loved and feared. If the family disrespects it, the house retaliates. What the hell did that mean? He took the photos to Detective Ramirez, who promised to send them to forensics. In the meantime, the letters kept coming, more frequent, more aggressive. You are not listening. Do not anger the house. Your children are beautiful. Be careful with them. Emily began complaining about a man in the backyard who watched her through the trees. Jacob refused to sleep in his room, saying he heard whispers at night, voices that told him to get out. Chapter 5. The house fights back. 2 weeks later, the family dog was found dead in the backyard. No visible injuries, just lying there, eyes wide, tongue out, as if it had died of fright. Emily screamed for hours. The Whitmores were devastated. The police found no signs of foul play, but Michael knew better. The next day, they received the most chilling letter yet. The house doesn't like dogs. You were warned. That night, Sarah was in the bathroom when the lights flickered and went out. In the mirror, she swore she saw someone behind her, just a flash, a figure in the corner. But when she turned, the room was empty. They no longer felt safe. They stopped sleeping. The children began wetting the bed. And all the while, the house stood there, waiting. Chapter 6. The Origin of the Watcher. Michael dug into the history of the house. He visited the Westfield Historical Society and pored over archives. 657 Boulevard had indeed been built in 1913 by a wealthy silk merchant. It changed hands many times, but in the 1960s, strange reports began. Children going missing from the neighborhood, families moving out in a hurry, whispers of a curse. In 1963, the Watson family vanished overnight, leaving food on the table and their car in the driveway. In 1985, a girl named Rachel Patterson claimed she was kept locked in the basement by her father, who believed the house wanted it. Authorities dismissed it as mental illness. But the common thread? Each family received letters from The Watcher. Sarah found an old newspaper clipping titled, "The Watcher Returns, The Unsolved Mystery of 657 Boulevard." They weren't the first, but they had to be the last. Chapter 7. The Final Warning. One night, while reviewing the security footage, Michael saw something that made his blood run cold. At 2:46 a.m., the front camera captured a figure standing across the street, tall, motionless, watching. The timestamp ticked forward, and the figure remained unmoving for over 3 hours. The police reviewed the footage and confirmed it wasn't a neighbor. The figure had no distinct features, almost like it wore a mask. The next morning, they found a letter nailed to the front door. "The house doesn't want you. You are defiling its spirit. If you do not leave, you will regret it." That same night, they heard the front door open. Michael rushed down with a bat, only to find it still locked. Yet muddy footprints led from the entrance into the living room, then vanished. Emily woke up screaming, "He was in my room!" The man with the white eyes. They couldn't stay any longer. Chapter 8. Escape and Aftermath. They fled the house the next day, moving into a motel. They tried to sell it, but no one wanted to buy. The story had leaked. Rumors swirled. The Watcher had returned. Michael and Sarah sued the previous owners for non-disclosure but lost. The court claimed there was no legal proof of danger. The Whitmores eventually abandoned the home. The bank foreclosed. The house sat empty until the next family arrived, smiling and full of hope. Epilogue. The Watcher remains. The house at 657. Boulevard still stands. Its red bricks shine in the sun. Children ride bikes past it. New families move in, drawn by its beauty, unaware of the eyes always watching. The Watcher still writes, still waits. In the Westfield police files, the case remains open, and somewhere, deep within the walls of 657 Boulevard, a whisper lingers. It is my turn now.